Alright, and we're live, pal. Once again, baby. So, hey, Andy here. And I accidentally was streaming on the Andy Japandy channel. Although I guess it would be a little more pertinent. But, yeah, let me... okay, good. Alright, I was just making sure it was on the correct channel here. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, accidentally was streaming on the Andy Japandy channel. So let me go ahead and do a little bit of housekeeping here before we get going. And hopefully all the settings and everything are good. So, ですね。Well, I guess it didn't go live. Interesting. Because I thought I was streaming on the other one. Or maybe it's just rendering. I don't know. But regardless, I guess it didn't go off long enough. Or whatever. Anyway, regardless, so. I guess everything is to Gucci's. So we'll make sure. Okay, it's public. Okay, good. Right. So it looks like everything is going on proper. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if... Oh, hey, what's up, RJ? Alright, good. Live chat is working. Awesome. Because I guess there were some settings that I messed up on or didn't check or something for the past couple live streams where it's been a little fucky with the live chat comments and stuff. So I was wondering like why nobody was commenting that much the past couple live streams. But I went into the settings and it should be good now, hopefully. You know how YouTube gonna be, right? But yeah, so I figured today we'll do something a little different than usual. I like mixing it up. You couldn't tell. But I figured in celebration of the new year, we would end 2020 with the flood of positivity, I guess, to say the least, and talk about some things that I do like. Because I was thinking the other day just like how much Japan content I watch these days, and to be honest, it's really not that much, if anything, really. Like, I was going through my subscriptions today, and I noticed just how little Japan channels I'm subscribed to nowadays. You know, it's mostly just friends who stopped making content, and I unsubscribed, or just channels I kind of fell off with, and I was just like, nah, I'm done with that. But back when I was in America, like, I was subscribed to pretty much everybody and was watching like all their videos all the time just to get my Japan fix. But now that I'm out here, and I've been out here for about a year now, been back in Japan, and I don't really watch a whole lot of Japan content. And I guess it's one of those things where it's like, since I'm here, like, I already get my fix, you know? I don't really need to go watch a video about vending machines in Japan when I got one like right downstairs. But I totally... Okay, cool. What the... No. Yeah, phone gonna phone, right? But I totally understand the appeal, and it might be something I get later. Actually, well, yeah, the stimulus, it's pending in my account right now. It should be going through either... Well, I guess it would be Eastern time, so it's probably going to be like later on tomorrow. But it should be New Year's Day. Get a little 600 stimulus, which is good. I definitely needed it, especially this month, because honestly I haven't really been working a whole lot this month because, you know, finals, and, you know, I was just just burnt the fuck out with everything, so I just needed to take a step back. So haven't really been working as much as I should, but it is what it is. So that stimulus definitely came at a very good time. So be able to make rent, live normally, and continue on with my new job coming up next month. So, hi, what's up, Mike? How you doing today? So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and the whole J-Vlog thing, I'll probably make a video on Age of Pandy later talking about it. But, for today, guys, we're going to be watching a documentary about one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, the late, forever great, Rodger Swan. So this documentary was done by Keith, I guess he used to be called Keith Courage, but I guess he calls himself Keith Empire now. And it's an updated version of a video he put out a while ago, basically just kind of being a compilation of noteworthy Rodger Swan clips with little inserts here and there and some music, and just kind of a nice way just to kind of show you the life and times of Rodger Swan when he was out in Japan. And you know, I loved the audio version, but the video version, which is an updated version, has just been tremendous. And it actually has updated music and clips and a bunch of other stuff. So let me go ahead and bring the live chat on my phone here so I can keep track of everything. So we'll go ahead, switch things over to that, and let me know if levels are a little wonky, and we'll switch them. But hey, what's up, David? How you doing today? And also during this whole thing, we're going to be drinking some peach drinks that were left over by a certain somebody who didn't clean up his mess after his live stream. I'm not going to name names, but that wasn't very peachy of him, to say the least. So, yeah, we'll just be sipping on these. And of course, he took all my Mitsuya peach, so yeah, what a swell fella, gotta say. So anyway, go ahead and start off with this documentary here. So, boop. 2007, Rodger Swan, Battle Creek, Michigan, received full scholarship to Tenkai University in Tokyo. God, has it been like almost 15 years? He began making weekly videos about his time in Japan with his friends and family back home. I know, right? Friggin' Mr. Peachy, yo. Yeah, see, these are some new clips, actually.
Yes, I leave September 10th.
Some of, like, the background stuff.
I will arrive there the morning of September 11th. I'm a bit nervous.
Like this, that's new.
I'm really excited, so we'll see.
That one too. These weren't in the original audiobook, obviously. So, yeah, a lot of nice B-roll. Man, oh, the old Taco Bell. Oh my God, that is hella nostalgic. And he's also got the poofy hair like me too. Like, dang. I swear I'm not trying to cop him too much. It's just how my hair is.
Hey
yeah.
everybody, welcome to the first installment of Tokyo Swan. I'm Swan, for those that don't know. And,
the birth of a legend right here.
Kanagawa, which is
hey, that's where I'm at.
Between, I guess, the greater area
yeah.
of Tokyo and Yokohama.
Yeah, the early days of J-blogging were where it was at, man. You know,
I'm very pleased with my dorm. It's incredibly
resolution and audio wasn't the best, but it just seemed like everybody had a better connection, and they weren't all like jaded with stuff.
Which is over by Tokyo Tower. And I thought I'd just make some videos for everybody back home and anybody on the web who wants to see some cool shots of Japan and whatnot. So here we are.
God, looking at all those little point and shoots, and again, like you were saying there, David, the low resolution of everything, you know. I often wonder, like, if there's gonna be kind of a revitalization for like retro YouTube, because you know how there's like channels that do like retro type content. You know, they have like the film filter and stuff. So I wonder if they're gonna like be a market for like older cameras, older digital cameras, to get that old school YouTuber feel. Be fun. Some KO Plaza hotels facilitated. Yeah, they even wrote a thing in the paper for his 10-year passing, 10 years after he passed. I guess his ex, or not his ex, well, I guess it would be his girlfriend at the time came over and visited all the spots that he lived in and like the area and stuff like that. This was like pre-Clench World Tour, so it was really cool to have her get that closure with everything.
Massive amount of people that you see here. I mean, literally, when you go to some of the busier sections.
Oh, man, I wish I would have met him in person. You know, we talked a lot in the comments and talked with each other so much on Facebook. But yeah.
But you know, you do get used to it after a while, and you know, thankfully everybody's pretty nice, and everyone, you know, has been pretty respectful so far. So I can't really complain too much, actually.
Yeah. Kind of wish I got a place with a freaking balcony. I had to cheap out and get one without one, but it is what it is. Maybe next guest house or apartment or whatever. Alrighty, done with that.
Yeah, as you can see, it's
Nectar
a pretty
stuff.
nice part of town. I'm really pleased with it. The school is the oldest private school in Japan. It's celebrating 150 years right now, so that's pretty cool that I'm there for the big 150.
Yeah. God, just just a blast, man.
Okay, so here we are in front of the vending machines. That you
Oh boy. Vending machines.
Look and see what we got inside.
And I think it's kind of cool, like, even though a lot of people like to dunk on vending machine content, looking back at it now, just seeing the prices and the logos and everything, it's like, and this Miss Parlor, I've never even heard of that. Never seen it before. So I guess it's either promo flavor or it got phased out by the time I got to Japan.
Classes, program kind of thing going on. I'm going to school 5 days a week, which isn't too bad, to be honest. I have Thursday and Sunday off.
5 days, goddamn, Swan. Like, I was going to school like 4 days a week. Thought it was pretty hectic.
Probably best
but
to know at least some of the language.
You know,
In Tokyo specifically, I guess it's
dang, the friggin' flip K-tie, the Elton John bobblehead, that old ass computer. Oh my gosh.
have English subtitles or whatever.
Oh,
I never know
man.
what to do when I see another foreigner. You know, when I see another like white guy or something.
Yeah.
You know, do I
He died
nod
back then
or
when I heard
do
Tom said he had a heart
smile or
attack.
something? I don't know.
Really? Wow.
Sort of kinship, I suppose.
I heard pretty much the same. Well, I heard when Cooney broke the news, Tokyo Cooney. Basically said he had pancreatitis and stuff when his friend Rupert was visiting him. There were some people that said he might have had like a pre-existing condition or something, or whatever the case, but I don't know all the circumstances. I just know it's pancreatitis. But just really sudden, and oh man. I can't wait to go back to Shibuya. Oh, they don't even have that overhang McDonald's sign anymore. After 3/11, they got rid of. They updated the sign safety measures. So a lot of like the neon signs and the overhang signs, they got rid of those just because they were considered safety hazards. So yeah, seeing a lot of those old signs and stuff is crazy. So you can definitely tell this is pre-3/11 for sure. just based on the signs. Oh, man. See, this is what I wanted Indie Japan 2020 to be. Just me hanging out with fellow students. Just going to friggin' bars and izakaya and just chilling out, you know? Because I've been a fucking recluse for too long and wanted to go out and, like Luke was saying, go out and party.
So our first stop of the day is in Oshima Island. It's very beautiful out, very gorgeous, and it feels surreal to be here. It definitely does not feel like reality to me at all.
Yeah, that's the ultimate takeaway from what I learned from Swan, was to value life in the here and now. You know, because you don't know when it's over. You know, like with Swan, his life just ended so suddenly, and it could happen to anyone. So,
it's been probably 8 or 10 years since I've been to Disney World.
you know, it made me more determined to get myself out to Japan and, you know, to carry on that legacy of Swan's. You know.
I felt young again. It was so weird because it's been a long time since I've been there. And Tokyo Disneyland.
And as I've gotten older, and as you know, the J-vlogging scene has changed, it's gotten a little more difficult. You know, trying to deal with the changing landscape and trying to be, you know, an honest to goodness good person without coming across as too shilly. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's just really weird to me.
You know, where the content seems a little more contrived versus someone like Swan just making stuff to show friends and family back home and just whatever it is, man, just to show Japan. Yeah. Well, I mean, especially nowadays, obviously. But moving into 2021, I think it's not going to be an overnight thing, obviously. But I think you're going to start seeing some real progress towards getting back out there. And oh man, this is out in Yokohama. This is one of the major malls out there. I think this is Queen Square. Yep, there's a Cosmo wheel, and man, this is a blast, dude. Being
Here we are at the little amusement
Son.
park
Oh, connected.
It's right outside.
Used to make friends with anyone who was willing to go out back then. Yeah.
And we're gonna find out how much it is, buy a ticket, and
Yeah. I like the connectivity of things nowadays with smartphones and everything, but it's also, you know, like you said, kind of isolated people as well. So, like, if you're not in the friend group, you know, it's just, I don't want to know you. You're other, basically.
Okay, so we just got done with the haunted house. It was a lot jumpier than I expected.
But
I was a level 8, level 7,
Level 2. At the end of the ride, you get this little reading thing, and it tells you how scared you were.
and it just
And
makes me wonder, you know, like, what kind of content would Swan be making now? Like, would he still even be making content? You know, I don't know if he would continue doing stuff
So
with
just
the scene
remember
being
vanish
what it
is
is.
actually the part where you vanish underground
But
right there.
on the other hand, if he decided to embrace it,
Under there is a lot of
like,
flashing lights, really
I could
cool.
see him being like way bigger than
700 yen,
a
really
lot of the
like
big names
down
out there.
towards
You
the
know,
roller
like
coaster.
Lifeform From, John Dobb, Chris Broad, Charlotte, all them people, man. I could see, you know, Swan being way bigger than them if he decided to carry on, if he was still around. And Cooney especially, like, Cooney would be, like, way up there with his production level skills. You know, like, his editing was way ahead of its time for what YouTube would later become. You know. But again, yeah. Cooney's gonna be starting a new series going to the national parks out in America, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Now to just kind of talk about
For sure.
where Tokyo Swan's been and going. I'm really amazed at the success.
Yeah,
for
Cooney's
show.
definitely the man.
And that's, largely due in part to my friends here in
Cooney and
Japan
Swan are
back
like
at home.
two of my all-timers
Um,
for
as time goes
doing
by, I want to
YouTube
show
and
you
just
less and less
life,
about me
you know,
and more about everybody
and just
the whole experience.
how I want to conduct
And
myself.
I think with recent episodes, it's definitely been like that. And those are my favorite episodes. So just had a really nice talk with the lady working here. She asked me where I was from, and I said, well, I'm from America. And I was explaining to her that it's really cold right there now. There's a lot of snow. And she's like, well, maybe next month we'll get some snow here. So, that's nice. Moments like that are really special to me, I guess. I don't know. They make me feel good. I can use my Japanese everyday life.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about, being able to use Japanese in Japan. It feels like there's actually some purpose for it.
Of course, right next to
Back in America, it's just kind of whatever.
Vending machines. Go figure.
Yeah.
Desmond, can you comment on your time in Japan since you're leaving, sadly, in about a week?
Yeah, I can. It's been amazing. It's been so, different from what I've seen before. And last week I had the good fortune of going to Kyoto, which was amazing.
Yes.
That is literally what my trip to Japan was all about.
Yeah. I still have yet to go to Kyoto.
I was a bit disappointed in the beginning.
I really should before all the tourists come back, but way things are going right now, they're probably not going to be back in the spring. Most likely not. So I'll get a little bit more time. We'll see.
Crazy ride, I guess. And it's been amazing to meet, well, you of course, and all the others at the dorm. So it's definitely an experience worth trying out if you get the chance.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Tokyo Swan. Here we are in the very beautiful Asakusa.
I'm just digging the background music, and one of the cool things about Swan was he actually got one of his friends to do all the background music. So this isn't like stuff he grabbed from the internet or whatever. And that part was really cool. And I also thought that like all of his background music and stuff kind of had a cohesiveness to it. There'd be little flourishes and motifs that were similar. Kind of had made things a lot more cohesive, I think. And it's not something that everybody... I don't even think it's something a lot of YouTubers do. Even like the big name ones. Yeah, music is everything.
It was like a wake-up call.
And
So yeah, that's daily life as an international student. So as always, we hope you enjoyed the episode.
oh, he wore his...
Every day is the fullest. That's the lesson I learned from Mr. Keaton in my life, because you don't
Listen.
know. Like, you take it all for granted.
Here it
It'll be
comes.
done before you know it.
This is true. This is true. We learned a lot from my life.
Yeah, that quote to me, even though he meant like the movie My Life, was just really surreal to hear back after he passed. It's just like, man.
Everything is starting to get greener.
But one of the things I was noticing before he said the quote was that he wore his watch on his right hand, which is something I do too. I can't do it on the left for some reason. It's like, okay, I can't can't do it. Man, I can't wait for spring.
Things that we saw when we were walking along the river.
Getting them cherry blossoms and stuff.
Amongst all these families playing together. There were a series of these ruddy-looking shacks down by the water. I thought, that's a bit strange.
Yeah, this is definitely Tamagawa. That's actually kind of the area where I live a little bit.
They're just made of these various building materials.
Looks like,
and
yeah.
Garbage, and you look even closer and you see there's people down there. It's homeless people.
Yeah, I think ultimately what it comes down to is intention. And that's one of the things that I'm not really seeing a lot of in newer J-Vlog content, because everybody wants to, get big and famous and make a whole bunch of money and stop English teaching and all this, that, and the other. And, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make some money from doing YouTube. I mean, hell, I do it. But when it becomes your main focus and the main thing that you make your decisions around, then you start to lose focus, and that's when you start getting all this like clickbaity bullshit type content where it's, you know, very optimized, I guess we'll say, and there's like no heart into it anymore. It's just whatever gets the most clicks, the most views, the most watch time, the most money. That's the only content they put out. But stuff like this, you know, what Swan and Cooney were putting out, you know, that scene wasn't really a thing back then. And even if it was, like, you know, they just wanted to show people what Japan was like, and to, you know, in Swan's case, also document his time studying abroad in Japan. You know, oh man, they don't do the street cosplays anymore, because I guess there was a guy, there was like a big murder that happened in Akiba a couple years back, where he like sideswiped a whole bunch of people. It was fucking nuts. So it's closed down as far as that goes.
I just say it's strange.
It's strange. Put it that way, it's strange. But what if you're a weird gaijin in Japan?
So
Yeah, you know, there's also
Sam,
a
Tokyo and Cooney with a cameo appearance by
you know, one of the things about YouTube, and you know, the same is
Yes, that's right.
it's the same today as it was back then. It's just that the more amateur style content tends to do better because it seems more relatable, you know? Even though everybody's like pushing to make like super high budget cinematic type content, the stuff that gets like the most engagement really is stuff that's just like normally shot, you know? Oh, he's from Mori? Okay, yeah. There you go. Yeah, I know, right? He is literally half the size he is now, but yeah. I don't want to get into a whole like hating on old Hambone here, because that's not what this live stream is about. But, yeah, he's definitely a different person now than he was back then, for the worse, in all aspects. And we'll just leave it at that.
I actually think I'd quite like to live here at some point, but it's not going to happen. Anyway, we're in Freshness Burger at the moment. I'm enjoying a coffee. Roger's enjoying a Coke. About to have a really fresh burger, hopefully.
There's more to it than that for Sam's case, but
I've never climbed a mountain before. I really don't know how's this gonna go. Will we survive before we die? Not quite sure.
getting back to a good content creator, Swan.
She didn't even bring her inhaler with her.
My inhaler.
Mom, the high altitude.
Doshio, kana.
Yeah. I still wish I had the. I still wish I was in like the honeymoon phase with things. You know, it's just this whole 2020 business can go to hell, basically. You know, it's terrible, and it caused me to be like really bitter towards everything. You know, and I didn't really like it, so I'm gonna be focusing on more positive things, hopefully, and getting my shut-in ass out. Oh man, Ice Cream City. Yeah, get myself out there more. But I remember going to, well, Ice Cream City. It's out in Ikebukuro, and when I went out there, it was called something else, and you couldn't get like the individual cups like that. You can get like a sample platter of like 6 little tiny scoops for like $6. And that's kind of how I did it. But it took me forever to sit down, so by the time I sat down with it to like film and everything, it was all melty and gross, and it was just like, eh.
You can chase the octopus.
Plus I was filming it on my old cell phone, and that was just shit, so. I wonder if it's still there, like some incarnation of it, out in Sunshine City in Ikebukuro. It is a choice, you just be happy with it. Yeah, I completely agree, David. You know, it's a lot of it is what we can control, you know, and that's something I noticed with just me When I start to like anxiety spiral and stuff, I tend to go to like websites and
So that's what the video's gonna be about.
like on
As you can see, my
Reddit
hair
and
gets kinda long.
different
It's like a
Discord
mix between,
servers, and
Barry Gibb of
you
the
see
Bee
all
Gees
this
and Chris
toxicity and
Cure.
start
Also
spewing
bands,
it and
but,
all this, that, and the
is that
other.
really what I want to look like? A mix between those two?
And
So yeah,
you
we're
know,
gonna
I
get a cut. So
find
I'm
myself
gonna go to
contributing to
Chillstream
those if I'm
and
in a
get that
really
cut.
bad headspace.
It is
But
actually fairly easy to be
you know, you just
self-conscious
gotta-
of how you look in Tokyo, both for guys and
you
girls.
know, gotta
Everyone
remove
here is
yourself
amazingly beautiful,
from
and they
those
wear, like, the
areas.
most, immaculate clothing.
You know,
so
so that way it's not controlling your
there you
life
go. This
anymore.
is the new and improved Tokyo Swan. What do you think?
Also,
Really
cutting
happy
down
how
on
it turned
drinking
out.
helps
It
too.
was, really
Like
cool experience.
this year, I've been hitting the
guy's
bottle
really
like
nice
really
guy, cut
fucking
my hair,
hard.
we had a nice
To be honest with
conversation.
you.
Then he put like wax in my hair, make it
Or I
look
guess the
cooler.
can, because
Yeah,
you
I'm
know, getting
really
them.
happy. I even got a student discount too.
And
as well,
Kieran
up to
Strong's
$15.
and some beer.
So all in all,
You know, but
very nice experience. Now it's time to get a new shirt to kind of go along with this new
you know,
look that I'm pulling off. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. It's probably the best haircut I've had maybe ever.
yeah. Speaking of which,
So
I should probably get a
sweet.
haircut at some point.
It's been a fun episode. I mean, like,
But it is
it's
getting
been
kind of
like
cold,
talking
so I don't
this
mind having a
very,
little extra on top
kind of a
during the
personal
winter.
episode, hasn't it? Not like the Tokyo Swan
But
character, like
yeah,
the
maybe a little
hyper,
trim or something. I don't
polite
know.
character that I tend to do in the videos. That tends to be not
If it's
an
all
inaccurate
messy and
representation
gross.
of myself, but definitely a persona of some kind that goes in the videos. Do you think I look older when I have short hair? I think I do. I think I
Yeah.
look cool.
That's something. Ooh, wow. Nambu line.
Yeah, so here I am in Akihabara.
Take that all the time.
It's just an amazing day out, and I don't know. As much as Akihabara confuses me and sometimes frankly disgusts
I really wish Swan would have visited Nakano Broadway,
strange and
because there's just like a lot of
it's my favorite place
great
here.
shops there. That's
I don't know, there's something
definitely
about it, I just
rivals
love it.
Akiba.
Maybe I enjoy it for
You
how
know, in
strange
terms
it is.
of
There's
ease
just
of
so many
access
side
and
streets to Akihabara.
selection
Right
for
back
a lot
there.
of
It's
otaku
like a little
goods.
park.
So I think, you know, over time,
I mean, in
Akiba
one
has kind of
side,
become
the
this tourist
strange
trap type
electronic
place,
and pornographic shops.
and you can get some decent things there, but a lot of it's just marked up just because, oh, it's in Akihabara, so, you know.
I feel really relaxed today being here.
Or it's Nakano Broadway's,
I feel calm.
you know. I feel like that's for, like, the true otaku. Like, the ones who really know. Go to Nakano Broadway. But maybe it wasn't as prevalent back then as it is now. Hard saying.
What do I think about sumo?
Ooh, the sumo museum,
I think
nice.
Anna would make an excellent sumo wrestler because her
I totally forgot about this episode, actually. Wow. That's something else. Ah, man. You get there someday. Goodness.
Looks like the episode won't be about sumo. All the free seats are sold out.
Well. Oh man, hopefully I don't get copy struck because of this shit. Oh, karaoke. Oh man. Goodness. I'll never forget my my going away party when I was getting out of the Navy. We went to a karaoke bar. We went to several bars, actually. And went out to karaoke with the division. And, you know, they had like costumes and stuff like that, so everybody dressed up, and it was just a blast, you know. I'll never forget it. So that's another thing I miss, man, going to karaoke. You know, keeping the pipes lubed, practicing.
Do you remember that day?
Ah, yes, my all-time favorite episode of Tokyo Swan.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tokyo Swan.
Shenmue.
If you couldn't guess by the
I've
starting
done
line,
so
this is
many
Shenmue. I'm really
tributes to
excited
Swan in
to live out
Yokosuka.
one of my fantasies.
You know,
Real
when I
life
was
Shenmue,
stationed
that's
out
right.
there,
I'm going to
that was like the one
Niigata
place I
in
wanted
Yokosuka,
to
where
really
Shenmue
show
took
off.
place. We're gonna live out
because
Shenmue, alright?
before this there wasn't a whole lot of people talking about Yokosuka. It was pretty much just like Swan's video and maybe like 2 others. So I definitely wanted to, you know, put some more Yokosuka
So we're gonna go
content out
there,
there.
we're gonna live it out. We're gonna do everything that Ryo Hazuki did in the game. It's gonna be awesome. So, let's
Wandering
get this
around the
show
haunch, baby. Yeah. This is Haunch City. And I even made an updated version too
This is like so Shenmue,
Um,
the entire vibe of this place.
on my Andy Japandy
Oh
channel.
my gosh, like
I wanted to come here for a long time. I guess like I just got so busy during the semester.
Yeah, many of those shops aren't there anymore. Yeah. Like, fun fact, that little hill area is off limits to military personnel, people with self-status. So when I went back, since I'm no longer in the service and I'm not under self-status, there's like a little temple I just went up to and took pictures and everything. There was like nobody there, so it was fine. But yeah, it kind of felt good to be like, yeah. It's like you could see what they were doing.
This is more in tone of what I was expecting, kind of.
Yeah, a lot of these bars aren't around anymore. Some of them either changed ownership and changed, they got a new coat of paint, as it were. Others, they just, tore down the building and something else. Yeah.
So I'm at the American military base here in Yokosuka because my dad had a military ID and thus I have a military ID. And just checking out. And unfortunately, they don't seem to have a Taco Bell, but they have A&W root beer stand.
Well, he'll get. I don't know if they'll cover this doc, but he'll get to Taco Bell later because it's like down the street. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Well, in the Yokosuka video, he did. So yeah, you got all these little snack bars and everything.
I do have a mustache right now.
Just looking at like the high hills and everything, that's definitely very Kanagawa, Oh Jesus, how old is this vending machine? Oh man, it even has like the kind of rectangular sort of buttons. Like, man.
What? Yeah, seriously. What a fitting day for... What was rain this morning?
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so here we are in the thunderstorm.
Seriously, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah. We're trying to protect Irene's umbrella.
Tokyo weather is insane.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, I feel like I'm in a movie. This is cool.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I definitely don't miss all that fucking rain.
Oh my.
That is one nice thing about the wintertime. Not a whole lot of rain. So even though it's cold, it's clear. Get a lot of good sun, which is coming in through the curtain right now. I just have it up so that way it's not all backlit and gross looking.
Yeah, and then 2 seconds later, sure enough, this happened.
So now we're under a bridge.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for Cooney right now.
This is awesome. I never played it.
Really, you're enjoying it?
I don't even.
I never got to try.
I wonder if they still have the Virtual Boy set up, because that was at Super Potato, I believe.
I'll answer it here on this vlog.
Alright, yeah, let's do it.
And that question is, what's bad about Japan? I can think of one thing in particular.
This is a really good quote, by the way.
And it's that being in Japan long term makes you feel like the kid in high school. And that you're constantly getting left back. And everyone else who's smart leaves and goes on to something else. And then you have to sit in the same class, and there's all these new kids that come. There's all these new people, and every year they come, new ones.
Yep.
And you don't know them, you don't care, like, oh, who's this idiot? And then by the end of the year, you get to know them. Like, you're like, hey, let's go to prom together.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it's gonna be the best prom ever. Like, well, I've been to 7 proms now, so it's kind of hard to say which one is the best ever. But the part that sucks is seeing those people leave at graduation time, like when they all go off to their lives. Then again, there's always new people who show up. That's the part that sucks most about life in Tokyo is having to say goodbye to people you get to know over time.
Yeah.
Because the nature of the city is people come and people go.
Come back to your country, Swan.
Yeah, that's just how it is, man. Everybody's coming and going out in Japan. That's expat life in a nutshell, basically. But thankfully, thanks to social media and everything, you can still keep in contact with people wherever they are. But it's definitely not the same, Like, I made a lot of friends when I was out in Japan and elsewhere who I don't talk to anymore, just because fell out of touch, because they go move elsewhere, or they get out of the YouTube scene or whatever, and it's just out of sight, out of mind, basically. That's how it is, So.
yourself back here as soon as possible.
It was fantastic hanging out with Kevin, Sam, and Shoko today. Really brought things full circle for me. I mean, more than half a year before I even got to Japan, I was watching Kevin's videos, and they were such an inspiration for me. I knew I wanted to make videos like that when I got here. And like today, like we just talked for so much.
Watching this, you
and he
know,
gave me so
part of
much
me,
advice,
part of
and I think what he was
me
saying
kind of wishes I
about
was still in my 20s.
leaving Japan, about the nature of
You
people
know,
coming
like
and going is so true.
being able
It's
to
definitely
have a
let
little
me
more
go through it, man.
energy
Like,
and
it's been a lot harder.
go
than I
out
thought it would
there
be.
and just
saying goodbye
go
to the
for
people,
it.
saying goodbye to the
But,
places and what you're used
you
to.
know, I do kind of
You
like
make
the
connections and you meet people and you form bonds.
the more maturity
And
of being
that
in my
can be a difficult
30s.
thing to
You
walk
know,
away from
just
because you're never gonna get this
a little
again.
more experience, just
It's
a little
never gonna
more
be like this again.
grounded in my thinking.
But
So I was all over the
there's
place in my
always hope, and
20s.
There's always, you never know. I mean,
And you know, watching
one day we might meet
watching
again,
vids
so
by guys
in
like
that
Swan and
sense,
Cooney
you always
helped
have to stay positive.
kind of keep me a little level and give me some
So,
hope
yeah, I've got a
for
few days left in Japan,
the future, if
and this week
anything.
it's just been saying goodbye to everybody.
Because, you
Goodbye,
know,
goodbye,
like,
goodbye, and it's so
one of the
draining.
things
I
that I
never
loved
realized
about
that
it
would be this
was,
draining.
you know, for me,
I had always just kind of had a
you
stoic
know,
mindset,
I
you know.
definitely shouldn't
But I mean,
be
I
in
loved people
Japan.
before, but it's the nature of this
As
is
far
so
as,
different, isn't it? The nature of this.
you know, just
when I left
considering where I was in
the
life,
people back
you know, I was
home,
just a poor kid
there was
living in
always the
Ohio,
realization that I was gonna come right back, you know.
had no
There's- I
money,
knew that I was
no
gonna be back. This
college
time,
degree,
yeah, I'm
no
fairly certain that I want to go back to Japan, but nothing's set
real
in stone, you know.
experience with,
And that's tough.
it's like a
Saying
big
goodbye
boy
to
job
everybody,
anyway.
like I've said.
You know, I had plenty of
But,
part-time
that's life.
fast food and retail
And
experience,
you
but
just have
nothing
to be happy
helped take me to
and
the
really
next level.
grateful
But
for the times that
you know,
do
thanks
have
to,
with people.
you
And
know,
I've
big
learned
thanks to
so
the Navy,
much,
of course, because
certainly
they were the
these
main
past few
reason.
weeks.
Pretty much the only reason I was able
And
to
I'm just
get out to Japan,
really fortunate to
despite
have
my
met everyone that I've
circumstances.
met and to have gotten to learn
You know,
so
not
much from
just
everyone.
the first time around when I was
So,
stationed, but
this is
even
like a big
now,
thank you to everybody.
you know, when I was studying abroad.
Everybody that I've met.
And now that I'm here, you know, I'm gonna
we
do what I
wouldn't have
can
been the same without you.
to stay out here. Oh man, Hanami. Goodness,
All right, so this is the morning of my departure back to America.
man.
It's 8:51 right now in the morning.
I remember
My
making
room is clean
my
and pretty much empty.
moving from Yokosuka video,
Almost as if no
and
one had
I
ever
just
been
had
here.
such Rodger Swan vibes. You know, just showing off like
Okay, so,
the progression of the movers coming in, packing stuff up, and the apartment emptying out, and everything.
So, we're almost home. Yeah, just like a 14-hour flight.
Yeah. I just remember watching
It's been great.
these
It's been
videos so much
fantastic.
when
So this will be the
I was
last
leaving
video
Yokosuka and
that I
just
I'll shoot in Japan, and everything else
Yeah.
will be back in the States for just to finish this episode and whatever else. There you go.
it's not easy. Not easy.
So here I am, back home in Michigan. It's good to see friends and family again. It's good to be home. I've just been reflecting a lot on what this last year in
Yeah.
Japan has meant to me, and what an amazing year it was. It was really important and special to me. I made a lot of growth, and I've been told that you can see these changes of my personality throughout the course of the videos.
Yeah, I was,
I've never been much of an extrovert.
was
I've always
thinking,
considered myself
like,
the introverted extrovert.
you
But
know,
I think you can see
if I had any
the
regrets
growth,
about
in
my time in
kind of
Japan and just
confidence in the way
regrets
that
in
I
life in
handle
general,
myself and
and
just my general outlook.
one of the ones
And
that
this
I've been
is
kind of
all largely
debating
in part to everyone
was,
that I've
should
met.
I have
So, of
just
course,
gone
I
to
have say
college in
thank you to
Japan
everybody.
right out of the
I met
Navy
the most amazing people this past
instead
year
of waiting
from
until
all over the
later?
world, and that is just really, really incredible
And
to me. And that's
part of me
exciting
wanted
me.
to say
I'm
yes,
just a
you know,
21
just
year old
because I
guy,
had a lot of
young,
money in
having kids,
savings.
I'm nothing
I was
in the
already
grand
here in
scheme of
Japan,
things,
so I
but
didn't have to buy a
now
plane
I've got
ticket.
all
Well, I would
these
have to buy a plane
options and
ticket to come back
opportunities,
because
and doors are
I had to
gonna
go back to
open.
America to get out
I really
processed.
just
But
wanna
after
get
that,
out
I
into
could
the
just
world and just explore
get back on a
and
plane and
see if I
you
can make
know,
a difference.
go to a cheap guest house or something like that and go from there. But there's a lot of things, a lot of opportunities that probably wouldn't have presented themselves
Tokyo
had
Swan,
I
the video
stayed in
series, started
Japan.
life as
You
my
know, like a
own
lot of
Tokyo Kuni
a lot of the
series that
opportunities I
wanted to
have
make
now
my
are
life in
thanks
Tokyo
to
series
timing
for
and
the
knowing the
primary
right
audience of my
people
friends
and
family.
stuff like
found
that. And I don't know
people
if
were really receptive to the show and they really enjoyed it.
if I
And was
came out
getting
here
a lot of
earlier, if
really good
those
feedback
opportunities
from
would have
Jenny, Chris, and
been
Isabel in
present.
particular.
So
And every week they're like, we love it, we always watch
you
it.
know, it's just
And that was really
It's hard saying, man.
something
hard
else for
saying.
me. I was like, wow, people
So
enjoy
that's
this,
why
you know,
I
and
think
then I thought,
overall
well,
it's
maybe this series can
best
be
to,
more than what I originally
you know,
planned, and
just live
I
without
was happy
regrets,
to
because if
include
anything, you
them
know,
and to
that
include others in the
4-year
videos,
stint,
and that kind of became
4 or 5-year
my
stint back in
main
America
focus,
helped,
was I wanted to
you
give
know,
something
with my
not only
resolve to
everyone on
come back to
YouTube
Japan,
kind of
to
see what
stay in
Japan's
Japan,
like, and not only to learn
unless
Japan like I
some
originally intended,
good
but for
opportunity
the people that I met, I wanted
came
them to
about
have
elsewhere.
something
But,
to remember the experience by.
you know, just,
And if YouTube is still kicking in 5 to 10 years and they can log on and see themselves
Yeah.
and see the experiences in the places that we all went to,
and that's something I love
and if
about
they can
YouTube.
remember
It's
that
just the
and
fact
inspire
that it's
them,
been around for so long.
then I've done my
Like,
job.
you know, here we are, like, what has it been, like 10, 15 years since he made those videos, and we're watching them
Yeah,
now.
that's probably one thing.
In
that
at the end of
I didn't see last
2020.
year when I was in Tokyo,
So,
it never snowed like this.
oh yeah, Western Michigan. I actually went to that school right after
And having lived here
getting
for most of my life, I'm
out
pretty
of
used to
Japan,
this sort of thing, but yeah.
and I didn't do it because
I mean,
of,
it might have snowed
of
maybe
Swan
2 or 3 times
necessarily.
last
It just was like a happy coincidence in that, but it was just because I wanted a school that was fairly close to my folks and that also taught Japanese. And originally I was going to go to OSU, but I had Western as my backup, and I didn't get into OSU because I didn't apply at the right time, so I just went with Western since they applied to me they replied to me like right away.
Hey everybody, it's Tokyo Swan, and I'm
So,
back with a really important announcement.
yeah.
So, as many of you know, I was accepted into the JET program.
Mm.
Now, what that is a teaching program in Japan that allows foreign teachers to come into Japanese high schools.
This is actually something I was thinking about doing,
and help teach
you know, once
English.
I got my bachelor's
So I got a
degree,
job
but
with that earlier in the year.
the way things are going
Decided to
now,
go back.
and plus they've
Just
really
this
cut
week,
back
I'm gonna say
on
what prefecture
jet
I would be in.
benefits over the
Now, I
years.
just found out I'm going to be in
Like back then,
the
like it was a fabulous opportunity because you were getting paid like way more than
It's
most
just
English
under hour
teachers,
40
and
can-
all your stuff is paid for as far as housing and everything, or at least heavily stipend.
I've never
or
been
discounted,
there. I
rather.
didn't really know anything about it. I did a lot of research
But,
yesterday, and it sounds like a pretty cool
yeah.
place. Definitely more rural than where I was before around Tokyo. But upon looking at the pictures, it looks amazing. It looks like there's so much there to just take in. Mountains, hot springs, beaches. So it's good to know where in Japan I'll be back. Definitely wasn't expecting, well, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. But I'm happy with it, and I can't wait.
Oh,
I'm
man.
going to leave
Iwate
August
Swan.
1st, and I'll be back there August 2nd in Tokyo for orientation with JET for a few days, and then I'll move out to the new prefecture.
Makes me really sad thinking about it, you know. Just even though I mostly watch Tokyo Swan just to get to see all the cool shots in Tokyo and everything, but I felt like Iwate Swan is where he really started shining as a YouTuber. You know, there's a lot of, you know, you can definitely tell he started improving his editing. The camera quality improved. Well, it would improve here in a little bit because he'd get a new camera.
Not too long. Bus ride. I'm now in the
But man,
Keio Plaza Hotel in Shinjuku. This is somewhere where I had passed by and I'd walked by when I was here a year ago, and it apparently is a 5-star hotel. It certainly is nice. The other 2 guys that are going to be in the room are not here yet, but we're going to be here for the next few days for Tokyo orientation with JET. And yeah, I'm kind of exhausted right now, just jet lagged and everything that goes along with that.
Yo,
Yeah,
Takara
so
Tony,
just
Dad?
to head out and enjoy Tokyo for the
Good
night.
seeing you in the chat here, Tom. Yeah, man, Rodger he's the fucking goat. You know, not just as a YouTuber, but just as a person. You know, and he's definitely the one person I'm trying to be like. You know, just trying to be as honest and candid as I can be online amidst a sea of fake people.
It's really nice out right now. It's really calm and kind of relaxing. It's good. It's very good.
Yeah, love the chill vibes.
Any
Right.
words for the season 2 of this show?
Yeah, I was the same way too, Tony. Like watching Cooney first, and then he did like this big shout out video to other content creators, and he shouted out a lot of people who don't make content anymore, of course. And Swan was one of the people he shouted out, so I was like, oh, that's cool, you know, study abroad student, that's interesting. And started watching his stuff, and was hooked ever since, you know.
Orientations in Tokyo for the gym
Because,
program.
you know, the thing I always liked about Swan was just his
Tomorrow,
authenticity,
latte, which would be really fun.
you know.
So,
Whereas Cooney, I felt, had way better editing and a really sharp sense of humor.
alright, so I think that's it for this video. I'm not sure when I'll be able to post another one because I don't think I'll
He didn't have that
It's gonna take a bit to
genuine,
look up.
like,
Unfortunately,
connectivity that Swan
until
did.
then,
Not to say he wasn't genuine, but it just,
hi, Rebecca.
it hit different, you know? Oop, I shouldn't have hit the, speaking of hitting things, I shouldn't hit the mouse thing.
So here I am in Morioka. We've arrived for the orientation.
For sure.
Now Morioka
Crazy
is
if I
the
look back
capital
at
of
videos.
Iwate, and Iwate is the second largest manufacturer.
Man, that's crazy to think about. Are they even still up, or do you take them all down?
I'm gonna be in Hanamaki.
I know a lot of
And I've
people
got it. I've got
did
the
that with their old
excitement
videos.
being in Japan.
I mean, all my old shit's still up there, for better or worse.
Just so pumped. It's like a new
But,
place to explore.
yeah.
So, very cool. I'm so excited now.
man.
Okay, good. I'm finally out of that
Oof.
hotel in Shinjuku. And, like, it's back. It's like, it's the why I'm here. I feel it again.
Alright.
So, yes.
Two videos
I'm
on the
excited.
channel.
It's gonna be a good year.
Oh, damn, I remember that shit. I forgot about VO. Crazy.
It's kind of funny filming videos here in
Alrighty.
Hanamaki because I'm certainly more conscious of being a foreigner and walking around with a
Where are we
camera
at time-wise?
because
We're only halfway.
there's not really any
Okay.
other foreigners here up north. And I think I'll actually
Yes.
be buying a
Alright.
Japanese car soon, if you can believe it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back. So I'll just leave a to B, boop, boop. Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, just talk amongst yourselves for a little bit. Give me like 30 seconds or so. Woo! Alright. Goodness. All that peachiness had to go somewhere, right guys? Alrighty. Using that hand sanitizer. Okay. I am back. So. Dropping kids off at the pool. Now I just had to get on a different kind of live stream. The Tokyo Drew kind. So. Okay, I'm back.
Oh wow, it's so weird filming this and all the cars driving by. There's a foreigner.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things that you start noticing if you're out of like the big cities is that you stand out a lot more as a foreigner. Versus like in Tokyo or something, it's like, fucking foreigner, whatever, who gives a shit. But, you know, that's something I noticed even living out in the outskirts of Kawasaki, is there's only like a handful of foreigners out here. So, I don't get stared at as much as I did like when I went out to like the countryside, but definitely feel the G. The G. Yeah. Crazy. Oh man, Milsberger.
So, it's the next day after the long walk in Hanamaki, and if you can't tell, I got
Damn.
severely sick on that walk. So, after I stopped filming, I still walked for another like
In
4
Taiwan?
hours,
Wow.
So I was very
Never been out that way before.
But I got to know Hanamaki inside and out, so that's good. Yeah, I'll be getting a car soon, I think.
pictures
Yeah.
of a very
Not sure if I'll be
beautiful girl on the wall there.
getting a car, but
That
I guess it depends. You know, like
and you'll
if I still live in the city or whatever, like there's really
giant wall.
no reason for me to get
Here,
one.
Pictures
But,
the pretty girl from before. And
Oh, yeah?
so
Nice.
Notice there's a certain
Sure they do.
bearded, poofy-haired
Gonna
gentleman.
have to go.
So yes, probably one of the biggest.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
In my life.
I'm super down for that. Just depends on
Downtime from Tokyo
timing
Swan
and money mostly.
to arrival of Iwate
So we'll,
is that I
and also
am
you know what's going on in the air,
a very wonderful,
stuff like that. So
incredible person.
we'll see.
So yes, I've been going out with my girlfriend
Bills.
Rebecca.
Ah,
and things are going very well. Obviously, she is not here right now. It is a long distance thing, so we're kind of going through that and seeing what that's all about. But so far,
Yeah,
so good.
good old
Thanks
LDRs,
to the
man.
wonders of Skype,
Crazy.
it's not
But
that
yeah,
hard
like 10 years later,
to
she
stay connected.
came out to the same areas that
So, yeah,
Rodger was
so
living
that's where
out in
I am. That's
Hanamaki
where I'm at with my life.
to kind of like
I'm
see what
working now. I'm
you
in
know
3 different schools
he
and a board
did
of
on a
education.
day-to-day basis, and
The job has been going great thus far.
It
I really
was
enjoyed meeting all
crazy.
the students and meeting the teachers. And
at least
it's
tickets
really
from
different
kind of
every
cheap.
day what they want
Okay,
from me
cool.
and what's going to happen. And that's really exciting. That's why I want to be a teacher. Is, you know, you get that sense of something new. And it's good. And I've really enjoyed my work. I've really enjoyed working with my colleagues. So I'm having a very
Yeah,
good
and
time.
that's something I've been thinking about as I continue to do more stuff online. Is
Playing Pet Shop Boys right
maybe
now.
living
This is
elsewhere
96 single.
in Asia, because there's other countries that are like way cheaper to live at than Japan. In fact, Japan's one of the more expensive ones. And look, it's Luke. He's all cleaned up. But yeah, but you know, for me, especially doing video editing and stuff, I noticed that the important thing is to be here. You know, so that way if they need you for filming or for a last minute project or whatever, it's easier if you're here than it is if you're elsewhere. So,
I'm not studying anymore. And studying is really interesting. Work can be
Nice.
interesting as well, but it is just different. So obviously my purpose
Sorry,
is
Swan.
completely different.
Right. So in a sense, would you say that you've really grown up over the last 2 years?
I would say so, yeah. More, I've grown up quite a lot over the last 2 months as well, even
yeah.
since I got to Sendai. I'm a salary man now.
Yeah.
I'm in my suit and my tie and my shirt every day.
oh man.
23 later this year. Wow. So this right here is
Yeah, that was when he was doing the Goosebumps thing. It was crazy.
there it goes. There goes my future. It's going in that machine.
Yeah, you gotta love the Mr. Donut, right, Tone?
So my future right there. It's in a can. It's
Goodness.
sealed. My future has been sealed. So the students helped me write
Yeah,
my
that's
future.
a little
Put it in
ominous.
this little can.
Little
And
future
then in
thing.
the future, I'm supposed to read this again. So it's a secret what I wrote,
God.
but we'll see later on.
God, that's fucking sad.
I'm in a store and they have a Michigan sweatshirt here for like $7. It's pretty.
Yeah, that's one of the strange things. Like some stores. Oh, big ass Toys R Us.
Very
Damn.
sweet. I love the
They actually have one in my neighborhood. Not like a standalone store like that, but it's like part of a mall.
I think.
Which is fucking wild to think about now, because you know they don't exist in America anymore. But they do in other countries, so you know. Yeah, Mr. Donut. Let me tell you what.
So I'd say today's shopping
The
was
high-necked
another
version.
success. We got the Christmas cards I was looking for.
Whatever that means.
I got some presents for my little brothers, and I was able to also pick up some presents for my girlfriend.
Is he gonna show the Evangelion puzzle?
Yes, everything is good.
Meet Mr. Rodger. Happy Halloween.
Returned from the car dealership.
Oh
and
wow,
Another interesting showing of Japanese
that's crazy.
customs or politeness. They gave me some free
Oh,
items
man.
after my car inspection and the changing of the snow tires.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't see that nowadays, because most people would hide that shit
Wall
because of
calendar.
privacy concerns. But
See, it's got some pretty artwork on it.
yeah, definitely a different time back then for sure.
Of
For sure.
So, I don't remember ever going to a car dealership in America and then when they were finished, oh, here's some curry for you. Oh, thanks. So, very nice of them, very kind, and very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Tokyo adventures continue, and now Shinya and I are joined by our friend.
Ah yeah.
Konnichiwa. How's it going, man?
Good man.
Good, man. So what are you getting?
Alright.
I'm trying to
I guess he went back to Tokyo for something or other.
Yeah, I know, kind of weird, but let's see if they have one. Now I'm actually trying to find where I can buy a night bus ticket.
Dang, really? Wow.
In mid-December for a few weeks to be back with family. And
I have heard that they are trying to do this like pop-up store concept. Although I guess that might have been a promotional thing, but
Merry
that's
Christmas, everyone.
crazy. I thought they closed them all down.
Swan. And next week I'm going back home to America. I'm going to go back home, and it's going to be great to see my family, see my friends again, and also to see Rebecca again. Been very proud of her this semester. You know,
Like if you cry every time. I remember this video in particular, the Snow Country one. It's his most viewed one, I believe. Because this is the last video he put out while he was alive. Because the other videos were made posthumously. They were put together by his friends. Yeah, this is his last video he himself put out.
Wait to see you next week. So, oh gosh, there's probably all these subscribers going, oh god, Iwate Swan's getting so mushy right now. Unsubscribe. Show some more anime and manga.
Show some more anime and manga.
Anyways, so I can't wait to see you next week. It's gonna be great. The whole break is gonna be amazing, and I'm just very happy. So wherever you are,
I know it's
right
been like
now,
over 10 years at this point, but damn.
I hope if you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah,
It's hard
Festivus,
every time, you know.
I hope you're having a good time and you're with those close to you. So, that having been said, it's been fun filming these, and I'll be back in January. So until then, see you next time.
Must be like Blockbuster or something.
So we're back, and you watch.
So I got they have one Blockbuster in Alaska or something.
That Rebecca made me and gave me as a birthday present there.
Man. I remember when those last 3 episodes of Iwate Swan hit, it was all the fucking feels, man.
Wow, look at these mounds of snow.
Like days before his
I don't know
death.
what it's like back where you are, or whoever you are, you know, the viewers out there, but it's pretty, but man, I really don't like driving in the snow. But
Yeah, I don't like driving in snow either.
It is pretty.
I left Ohio for a reason.
So now it's time
Say the
to
least.
drive back
Michigan too.
west.
Michigan especially out in Kalamazoo, like they got that lake effect snow.
You know, coming from Michigan,
No
I'm used to all
thanks.
the snow and the ice, but
No thanks.
here's my car right up here, so I'll have to once again scrape off.
Oh Jesus, he's got that little bitty thing with all that snow. Swan, what the hell, man?
It's kind of peaceful right now.
What are you thinking?
Very pretty.
Goodness. No wonder he was having a hard time in the snow. Jesus. I didn't realize how small this... Well, I mean, it's Japan, but still, I didn't realize how small this car was. Goodness. But... Yep. Hope you got your tickets ready for the field train. Oh, did it? Oh, okay. I guess the one in Oregon is the last one.
Some of us knew him as
Yeah.
Swan.
To your left
Some
and
of us
the
knew
left,
him
yeah, close us here.
Iwate
Yeah.
Swan.
Okay.
Some of us knew him as friend. Some of us.
God, this video was... I remember when this video dropped.
Family.
This is how I found out that Rodger was dead.
Some of us knew
And
him as
it was just... It was so surreal because, like, he just uploaded that Snow Country video, like, not too long afterwards.
some of us knew him
And
as
then Kuni dropped this video, and I thought, like, the hell?
some inspiration.
Because I guess there was some rumors going around that he had passed,
Some of us knew him as
but
guy.
nothing was really substantiated because I thought, well, it's the internet gonna internet, right? So I was like, oh, whatever, death hoax. But when Kuni dropped the video, that's when I knew it was like, oh, fuck, for real?
Most gentle person.
Yeah,
you
it's
could imagine.
crazy.
For all of us, he was truly an amazing and wonderful person. But Rodger Swan, unfortunately, has passed, according to details posted by his family. The death was quite sudden. He died of an acute pancreatitis in Iwate, Japan. He was with a friend visiting from home at the time, and so I can be sure that he was not alone. And he certainly is in the thoughts right now of so many, many people across the globe
to imagine or count or know just how many lives Rodger touched when he was alive. I know that he certainly touched mine. I remember when I first met Rodger, I wasn't really sure what to make of him. He had just arrived in Japan, and he mailed me about how he's going to do all these YouTube videos. He asked for some advice on how to make good videos. And if you've seen his videos, or you've met Rodger, you know the person that he was. He was an amazing person. It's a funny thing moving across the world as Rodger did, because you end up becoming entwined with the lives of people you never in a million years would have expected meeting. And
That's true.
sharing experiences that you never would imagine. Rodger shared so much of his life with so many people, which I think is why it's been so difficult for so many people to even believe the news.
And myself included. I originally thought it was just a hoax.
There's so much
But
bullshit on the internet, and I read so many things.
yeah, they did. They created a.
See so many things that are just.
They sent I think like 10 or 11 students abroad to Japan
This could have
since his
been one of those
passing.
things,
So
but
yeah.
it is true, and we've lost a wonderful person.
It was something I was seriously considering doing, but
The YouTube community
you
here
know,
in Japan,
I was going through so much in my personal life at the time. It just
um,
kind of was what it was.
but
You know?
over time, I think we've developed a sense of community, and I think I speak for everyone in the community when I say he will be missed.
I think it was
Watching,
it was
some of the
definitely
videos,
this Rodger's passing
and,
was
across the
the
video he
moment
made,
that
um,
taught me a lot about
first time I left
valuing
Japan,
life
and
in the moment and
he had
knowing
some
that
thoughts on saying
at
goodbye.
any time this whole thing
Never
could end.
expected
Like, I mean, I could drop
to
dead
say
right now on
goodbye
the
to
stream.
Rodger in this
I don't know.
context.
And
It's been a lot harder than I thought it would be. saying
it also
goodbye
taught
to
me
people, saying
to
goodbye to the places, and
really
what you
document
used to.
my
Because you do, you make connections,
my
and you
life
meet people,
and
and you form bonds.
establish
And that
a
can be a difficult
legacy.
thing to walk away from,
You
because
know,
you're never going
'cause
to get this again. It's never going to be like this again.
You never know who's watching, you know.
But
and
there's always hope. I mean, there's always,
for
you
me,
never know. I mean,
especially when I made it out to
one day
Japan,
we might
to
meet
you
again,
know give
so
hope to other people
in
who
that sense, you always have to
know,
stay positive.
might not be able to make it back to Japan for
Rodger
whatever
said,
reason.
well, you have to stay positive, because more
You
than
know, whether
likely
they want to live vicariously through me, or
we will meet again.
you know, some people maybe just need some help
I don't think
getting
there's really much,
out here to Japan.
any of us can say or do
Just to know that my videos have affected
any
people
easier,
in a positive way
for
is
who was close to him, his family, his girlfriend,
it's fucking everything to me, you know.
those he.
And I learned that through Rodger, you know, just even though
Thank you, Rodger.
looking back at it now, even at that time in YouTube, he wasn't the most subscribed
Thank you.
YouTuber, not even amongst the J-Vlog community. He had a decent following,
I've
but
never been really good at talking about this subject.
you know,
I'm gonna
it's
try. So by now,
but it's
everybody who watches a lot of the Japan video blogging
you know,
community's videos has probably heard.
you just never know who's watching and whose lives you'll affect, and yeah, fuck that guy.
I've known this
Okay.
guy for
Sorry.
2 years pretty much. Well, I've never met him in real life, but
So I just try to
I never met the guy.
live my life and conduct myself on YouTube accordingly. You know, I don't want
I
to
never met the guy.
come on here and try to,
I never met Swan,
know,
Rodger,
strangle money from you guys or whatever.
He's the kind of person that I wish that I had met.
And
And
I just want to
I'm sure many others will think the same.
make stuff that I like, and
he got me into Japanese.
yeah, hopefully you guys like too.
So much to me now because
And it's all
that's
part
what
of
influenced my career.
a bigger story, you
And
know, like if
I would ask him
and that's
questions,
something a
and
lot of
always
YouTubers don't
respond.
realize is that their videos are part of the bigger story. They get very they're very short-sighted in thinking that, you know, their whole career revolves around this video and stuff like that, and it's all part of the broader narrative things. So, and plus how you conduct yourself with other people is also important too. You know, I was just reading some stories about a certain YouTuber
When I found this out, it was this morning.
and a certain J-vlogger, even though I'm sure he sees himself as above that word. I just saw a story of, you know, when he was at a YouTuber get-together, and he was talking with some people who weren't YouTubers, just asking him, like, you know, in a very condescending way, like, what are you doing here? You know this is for YouTubers, right? Why should I talk to you? And all this, and
I had to put my head down.
yeah. Yeah, I do have that tendency. Yeah, Tom. So, just to let you know, I'm not like super Mr. Rogers like Rodger Swan was, but got a little bit of edge, I guess. But, you know. I'll probably be all over the JCJ with stuff like that, I guess, right? But, yeah, with that particular YouTuber, he's just being a dick. Yeah, fuck this guy too. Yeah, that guy too. Okay.
I've been thinking a lot about living in Japan, coming over here and following your dream. When I came to Japan, and I was really, really excited. And I
Some YouTubers like that, bad attitudes, because they think they're all high mighty blows. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, fuck.
Good words.
You know, only a handful of people out here in Japan, or just even on YouTube in general, have been around nearly as long as I have. Certainly not making, you know, the scale of content that I have, but, you know, I don't lord that over people's heads and, you know, use that to say that, you know, I'm better than everybody else. It's just, you know, you gotta be humble, you know, because I'm not gonna be around forever. So, you just got to train your relief, as we were taught in the military. You know, and today's nobodies might be tomorrow's stars. So, there's another quote too, was, you know, the people you meet on the road to success are the same people you meet on the way back. So just, you know, just be nice. It's not that fucking hard, people.
All of his videos were like
Phoenix, Zach is,
what he loved in
he's
life.
not that bad. He's a little hyper, but
Japan,
I mean, when he gets drunk, he can be a touch annoying. But sorry, Zach. But overall, yeah, he's a good dude. I think a lot of the things that people say about him have been conflated, and obviously, who he is around some people may not be who he is around others, and that's just people in general, right? So,
the internet and things,
yeah.
You can make friends without you know ever actually meeting them. I've never met Rodger in real life, never spoken to him in real life, but I did speak to him several times on YouTube, and you know, like sent.
Yeah, I was the same way with Rodger too. Was I never met him in real life. I you know, I talked with him a whole bunch on Facebook, in a lot of comments. I even sent him some messages on YouTube back when that was a thing. And sadly, a lot of those were lost when YouTube did that Google Plus comment merger thing back in 2012-ish. So a lot of the old legacy comments were lost. So it's, you know, I went back to look at some of his old videos where I know I left comments on,
A great guy.
and it's just fucking poof.
And, you know, a lot of people are talking about how much his YouTube.
Watch some of his videos. Yeah.
The channel will miss him. But I know.
Yeah, he was very well liked within the community. Very well liked. You know.
I'm sure he had a strong impact.
Or are you talking about Zach?
So my heart goes out to.
No, I was talking about Swan being very well liked. With Zach, it's kind of hard because, like, I don't know. I think just okay, yeah, Zach, yeah. I think when he first started on YouTube, you know, he's very young, and I feel like he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way with the stuff he was saying. But I think now that he's a little older and a little more mature, he's definitely improved a lot as a person. But yeah, I think he just
A tape that kills you in 7 days.
I think he just rubbed a lot of people the wrong way in the beginning.
Whatever.
But
Okay, let's put it in.
yeah, he's a good guy. Like, I visited him when I first moved back to America. I was staying with my parents' place in Ohio, so he visited his family out in Cincinnati, so I just stopped on over. But
So I kept watching his reviews, and there weren't many of them. There were
moved to line?
just 8 or something.
What's
And
that
after
mean?
a few weeks, he went to Japan, and his first Tokyo Swan video came up. So I watched it, and I really liked it. And then another one came up, and it kept coming.
Oh, the conversation. Okay,
For
gotcha.
over a school year for me.
Okay, cool.
At winter break, there was a Christmas video. At spring, there was a spring video, and so this whole year was a Tokyo Swan year for me.
Yeah.
So I can easily say that he has become part of my life, and it's just heartbreaking to hear that he isn't here anymore. He has passed away.
And you know what? I think I saw him actually in December when I was going home to Canada on vacation. I flew from Narita Airport to Washington D.C. and I thought I saw him. I thought we like crossed paths.
Oh man, look how young Busan Kevin is. Jesus.
I was watching this video.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
We have Taco Bell, Chris. What?
Oh man, I remember this video. That's why for every Hanami I always brought a bunch of Taco Bell from base, because you couldn't get it out in town at the time. They didn't have the restaurants.
What brings you to this nice event?
But,
Here to see
you, yeah.
Amen. Damn right.
Right. You're a lot taller in person.
You think so?
No.
I don't know. Who's taller?
I don't know. I've got poopy hair.
So I'm kind of switching between line and here. So
This guy brings the
we
fun.
have about
You don't know partying until you've been in Tokyo
18
Swan.
minutes left. I don't know.
Let me tell you what he said this morning.
Yeah. What did Sam say?
He called me and he's like, here you wait.
All right.
Tough to hear that suddenly he passed away.
Don't want to get canceled with some of the stuff some people are saying. It's a different time back then, but
Especially at that age.
yeah. Yeah, that's something I don't understand either, Komori.
Look at their own mortality. Really want to try and
Just somebody
make the
who
most out of life, and,
just living his life, just getting cut down in his prime too. That was the hard thing. Like,
everything that he
yeah, it'd be one thing if
enjoy himself. I didn't know him on a personal basis.
he was going through something, but it was just a sudden like that.
Makes it seem like he was the most interesting person to be around, and seeing Rodger Swan with the kind of passion he had for achieving his goals.
Yeah, exactly like what this guy's saying.
Some of us,
have
a difficult time striving towards.
Yeah, that guy definitely got it for sure.
23, which is so young. I'm 25, and I even got late for work a few times because I was watching some YouTube videos, some of his, and he's someone who seem to appreciate everything, every little thing in life, and he seemed so happy living in Japan, and you could see he really was living his biggest dream to work in Japan, and everything, he made everything sound so and look so magical and
Yeah, exactly.
wonderful.
You know, it's just with Swan, he made it seem, for me, he made it seem very attainable to go out to Japan, because before it just seemed like this fantasy that, you know, I never had the money to travel out there, even just for the plane ticket. And then it's like, well, where am I going to live, and how am I going to earn money, and, you know, I don't really even speak the language, like, how am I going to get by? It just seemed like this far gone dream that would never come to pass, but he just made it seem that it was within the realm of possibility. Him and Cooney both, but Swan especially, you know, because we were about the same age. He's a year younger than me, and yeah. See if I missed any. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched Swan's videos too. Usually I go and do a watch through around this time, maybe leading into January during his anniversary. Just, you know, it's a time of reflection, basically. Kind of see things and get like re-inspired to do stuff all over again, because with the way YouTube is nowadays, it's very easy to get caught up in the rat race of the algorithm and trying to win over people. But, you know, Swan had it all figured out even, you know, so many years ago. Just make stuff you like, and hopefully other people like it too. And if they don't, well, that's on them. You know, if you're not, I think everybody, myself included especially, you know, we're trying to impress people who don't really give a shit about us, you know, don't give a shit about me, rather. Like this guy, like that guy too. Okay.
That is so sad. I didn't want to leave.
Coming back over there. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard saying with what's going on in the world right now. As far as, because they're supposed to open up the country again to tourism in the spring, but with stuff going on, I don't know. Like a lot of it's up in the air right now. So it's hard saying. Like hopefully the country will be open by the spring, but because I think that would be a good way to, you know, bookend things. But we'll see. We'll see.
Has really hit you hard, and
But
you need some comfort.
for me, I'm just glad that,
Look to YouTube.
you know, I stayed, because,
It's definitely helping me.
you know, there was a good chance for me to come back to the country when this was all going on. But
Even though I was never a person,
considering everything, it's
he will be good.
yeah.
You'll always remember him.
Considering everything, it's definitely a good thing that I stayed.
Inspired a lot of people
But
to
man,
love Japan and come to Japan and learn more about Japan. And
I still can't get over like how young Busan Kevin looks. Even though he's got gray hair on the side, he looks like. I mean, obviously this is filmed like over 10 years ago, but yeah. Sorry, Kev. Dang, man. We all getting older, guys. We all getting older, myself included. Like I look at myself and oh Jesus, Jason, my Argonauts, my God, he looks like a child. Shit.
We bonded over a shared enjoyment of early Elton John albums.
Fucking surreal, man. Fucking surreal. I remember watching Jason many years ago, learning more about the JET program. Yeah, like I'm 35 right now, so I'm right behind you, man. You know, only 3 more years before I get the you know, the 2-finger tap in the back end, but
As you can see, it's a cold winter day here in North Carolina. And if you all remember,
dream to
for
visit
those who
Japan,
watch
money's
Marcus
main
from
problem
the
since
last
I'm unemployed.
episode that he done, it was
Yeah, definitely
Swan,
Komori.
and it just it sucks that this has happened, and
Yeah, I can definitely relate for sure.
This goes to show that you never know what tomorrow may bring, and that you must appreciate and love everyone around you. That's important, because
Yeah, this dude knows what's
tomorrow
up.
could be the last day.
Even though he's uncomfortably close to the camera, he knows what's up. So, just gotta value life while you got it, because there's no guarantees. So where are we at here? Okay, so we got about 8 minutes or so. So
how his videos made me feel, and I never got the chance to say thank you directly for making the videos and just letting him know that he inspired me. So, but I was thinking about that, and I realized that there's a lot of people who are still alive right now who make me feel really good and
oh dang, you out in Australia, man.
It's just amazing to think that this one person has affected so many lives all over the world, anywhere where there's internet available, or to anyone who has ever Googled, I want to live in Japan, or
Yeah, that's another thing with me too, Tone. They don't call it the COVID-19 for nothing, man. Unfortunately, out here in Japan, they do it in kilograms, not pounds. So, yeah, you boys gotta get his fat ass up after this video, of course.
rest in peace, Rodger Swan.
I'm gonna rewatch every single video of Rodger Swan.
Yeah, I was 27 when I was first stationed in Yokosuka. First time I was ever in Japan.
It was one of the best series on YouTube that there'll probably ever be.
Yeah, right.
So energetic.
And originally, when I got my scale, because I have I'm living in a tatami room with the tatami mats, obviously. When I went to go sit it down to weigh myself, it was because the tatami like absorbs pressure. Like when I went to go stand on it, it was like 60 kilos, and I'm like, that ain't right. I was thinking like, damn, I really lost some weight, shit, dude. Hell, give them J-chicks a run for their money. Nice. But I got a little bit of wood paneling here, so I just weigh myself on there, and then it's just like, yeah, gotta love reality. Goodness. So, but for me, you know, it's pretty easy to lose the weight. I just gotta get out there, walk around a bit, you know, drink some more water. Which, aside from all the peach soda I've been slamming down, I have been actually increasing my water intake. Nice, nice. Yeah, I think gym's definitely something I gotta do at some point, but definitely not during this time, for sure. It's not a good time to hit the gym.
How much he's missed already.
Japan and J-girls. Yeah, dude. Yeah, they're all in hiding now because oh, Clone Chan World Tour, unfortunately. But,
I don't know what else there is to say.
you know, things are looking up, so hoping 2021 is gonna be a lot different. So yeah, exactly. And for me, I just like walking around, and it gets me outside, gets me some fresh air. So like that's what I did in North Carolina. I lost like 35 pounds just doing that. Like I didn't even change my diet. I still ate like shit and drank a whole bunch. But this guy, damn. Okay.
I'm just like really happy that I'm a part of it now. It's just like I feel like connected
I'm actually kind of scared to see what's under there because this is a guest house and I know not everybody's the cleanest.
And yeah, I've got plans to hang out with everybody in there.
I think I might have to do it at some
really
point
excited
though
about that and really
for spring
happy.
cleaning. But
It's sad that I'll be leaving,
get back to
soon.
Japan next year.
So I won't get
Nice.
too much time to spend with everybody in there.
Yeah, hopefully things start clearing up and you guys can come out here to Japan. Because I'd love to meet some of you. You know, if you're not weirded out by some random 30-something dude off the internet. But, yeah, that'd be cool.
See you next time.
Andy San Tour Special. Sweet. And there's the Rodger Swan Memorial Fund for Japanese Studies. I'll put the link, see if they have one on here. They do. Sweet. So I will put that link in the chat, and we'll just switch back to main cam here. There you go. That's for the fund. Just know not to bring any hot dads with me. I mean, you can you just can't have them as a carry-on, Tony. You have to check the hat. You have to check the hot dads. That's the catch. So yeah, no worries, man. Always down for a couple drinks with people watching me and stuff. Let me recombobulate on here. Yeah. I guess that's one way to put it, right? I'm just a small boy as far as subs and stuff, but throwbacks to Mitsuya. Well, I only got the one, but actually, no, that's right. Fucking some dude decided to finish all the Mitsuya Peach. I forgot. So it wasn't very peachy of him, sadly. So now I gotta go find a vending machine that has them, and they're hard to come by during the winter time because they're mostly a summer drink. Like during the summer, they were in like all the vending machines, but now you gotta like hunt for them. So I have a couple vending machines that still sell it, I think, but you just gotta look for it. So yeah, for sure. Hopefully once things start clearing up and if Hanami is still... Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I was busy drinking like all these other inferior products right here. Yeah, kind of disappointed actually. Because I figured they'd be at least decent, but tis what it is. I do have, well, I have like a Japanese fridge in my room. So I'll show you. Show ya. Yeah, we got fridge up there with all the essentials like wipes, Cajun seasoning, hot sauce, and hand sanitizer. Yeah, it's got a freezer, fridge area, and stuff like that. The new Fanta Peach, might have to go and see if it's out. Because usually they do peach for the summertime. So during winter it's not as plentiful. So we'll see. But man, all that peachy liquid, man, it's okay, cool. So I got a little bit of time. Body's giving me the little like thing. So do I plan on living in Japan forever? It's hard saying at this point, because here, let me take the headphones off, get a little sweaty. But it's hard saying at this point, just because there's a lot of opportunities out here. Yeah, right. Well, I wouldn't mind, getting some okonomiyaki and takoyaki and stuff, and just chilling in Osaka Castle. Got to edit a lot of YouTube videos to get to that point, though. Yeah, that'd be my 25-year plan for sure. but for real, as far as me planning on staying in Japan long term, it's hard saying, because the thing that would really keep me here would be getting married, having some kids, stuff like that, which is something I definitely want to do, because I don't know, getting a little tired of single life. You know, like it's nice because I don't have to be accountable to anyone, but it also gets really lonely, and you know, kind of at that age where it's like, all right, you had your fun, but time to start setting some roots. Osaka's nice. Yeah, I've never made it out to Kansai before, but with things looking the way they are, it might be a very real possibility, because I was kind of hoping to save this for like a 2021, you know, what to expect, I guess, type video. But yeah, for sure. I mean, nice J girl, someone I'd take home to mama, you know. Make some Hafu babies, repopulate Japan, right? But yeah, just the way things are going with making vids and get myself out there as an editor and shooter. That's another big thing. But getting myself out there and talking with people, a lot of really big opportunities are coming up. Like, you know, starting to, you know, travel in Japan in 2021. So I've already got, I know I probably shouldn't say this, but just for you guys, you know, I've already got something lined up with a big YouTuber. We're going to be doing some stuff out in Shizuoka in January. So I already got that lined up. I got another big YouTuber collab that I'm going to be filming, not with my channels, but it's for other YouTubers. But they're going to be doing that thing, and let's go if we got married and had a few kids like the YouTube. Yeah, actually Scott is back at it with the uploads. Yeah, there's a little bit of controversy with me and him a while back, but he did a couple interviews very recently, kind of talking about what was going on in his life at the time and dealing with a lot of mental health issues and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, because before he was on like my unforgivable list because of stuff I can't really talk about on YouTube because it's very very controversial, very not good, we'll say. But he basically tried to bring my name into something very unsavory. We'll just leave it at that, I guess. But yeah, after listening, he did an interview with the King of Kanto podcast, a little mini episode, kind of talking about his situation. He also did a podcast with Radri from Why Come Japan, and yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched his content in years, but yeah, he's out there, man, still making stuff apparently. Yeah, I've basically just forgiven him about the whole incident a while back, you know, so yeah. But yeah, I'd be totally down to get married, have some kids. As far as being a YouTuber with kids, it strikes a delicate balance, right? Because on one hand, you can make content talking about being a parent in Japan, and especially, you know, being a foreign parent, and you know what, you know, we have to deal with being discriminated against. You know, if you go pick up your kid and, you know, they're like, you know, his little Takeru, is that really your kid, Mr. Blue Eye White Foreigner Man? Are you sure you're not just looking for the train station? Like, you know, excuse me, I would like to pick up my son. New channel is Family Japandi. Yeah. That'd be Family Japandi. That just sounds kind of like a Family Mart collab, actually, which I wouldn't be opposed to. You know, get some free Family Chicky, or do like I see a lot of like American influencers doing like these food collabs. You know, so that'd be kind of cool, getting like Andy Japandi Family Chicky edition. That'd be crazy. Yeah, eat your heart out, Chris Broad. I got it before you, sucker. Oh, goodness. But yeah, just a lot of opportunities are opening themselves up. And it feels really good, you know, to... Because I'm in, like, a weird spot on YouTube, right? Should probably... Japanese people treat foreigners good or bad? It depends. Like, most Japanese people treat foreigners pretty good, or at least politely. But it's always like the misunderstandings and, you know, those old people just kind of staring at you and giving you the business. Those are the ones you mostly hear about, you know, other foreigners complaining and stuff. So I would just take it with a grain of salt. You know, like you are gonna get some bad Japanese people experiences out here because, you know, there's bad people in Japan. There's bad people everywhere, and you know, it just kind of is what it is. So just yeah. Yeah, like in my case, like I never was really like treated bad per se. It was mostly just a lot of old people staring at me or, you know, whatever. Nothing really too outrageous. You know, it's mostly just getting stared at, or people giving me the gaijin seat where they don't sit next to me, which I'm super okay with. And usually that seat's taken up by somebody else anyway. So if somebody tries to gaijin seat me, like another Japanese person just takes that seat anyway. So it's just like, okay, whatever. And even if they don't, you know, I just usually sit back and like this on the train, just kind of chillax anyway. So it's like, I don't give a shit. You know, I know some people get triggered by it, but it's like, especially nowadays with what's going on, like, do I really want another Japanese person sit next to me, or just another person in general sit next to me? So, yeah, don't worry, MS. Oh shit, I just saw your comments. All the live streams are up, dude. All you have to do is just go to the My Live Streams playlist. I just make them unlisted, so just go to the My Live Streams playlist, and this will be right there. I just leave them unlisted because, you know, the algorithm gets a little fucky with things, and plus I get a lot of really weird spam comments if I leave up live streams. You know, a lot of the weird shit, so I usually just make them unlisted, and I don't have to worry about that shit. So, but they're all available on the My Live Streams playlist, so definitely check it out. I always stood up and let hot chicks sit down in front of me. Perfect height. Nice. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if that train starts a rocking, just whoa. Oh, sorry about that. Maple Story, that'd be interesting. Man, I haven't thought about Maple Story in a minute, dude. That was like the business back in high school. It's like to have a Japanese girlfriend compared to white girls. Yeah, me too, Komori. Me too. Yeah, I was too paranoid when I was in the Navy to date anyone. Plus, I was just too fucking stressed out with all those going on. Like, I wouldn't have time anyway. You know, not for anything serious. You know, so now that I have the time, definitely want to get in there. Yeah, right? I can imagine. But, yeah. Well, it's not too late, you know. Like, people out here of all ages getting it in. So, yeah, just, it's never too late. You know, I see people even way older than me who definitely look their age out there getting it. So, you know, don't let age stop you. So, yeah. Yeah, it's true. You know, like, yeah, for sure. Gonna get my stream age restricted here, Tone. What are you doing? Oh, goodness. But in any event, before it gets a little too wet and wild out here, hi, Susan. So I think we'll just end things here. And I want to wish you guys a Happy New Year. And here's hoping that 2021 will not be 2020. So, just wishing you guys all the best, and we'll be bringing back that quality content next year. So I know it's going to be a long wait, but yeah, I'm definitely taking a year break from YouTube. So yeah, all right. All the Taiwanese girls, yeah, totally. Anyway, guys, with all that said, it's Andy-san. Sign for now. As always, forever. We'll see you next time. Catch you later, guys. Bye. See you next year. All right. Bye. Yeah, buddy.